Hello everyone, this is Tuesday, so last Sunday me and my friend Indra went and watched The Hunger Games Catching Fire, the second installment in the Hunger Games trilogy film. So right after watching the film we made a watch log about it, and I'm just right now going about editing the footage. So here it is, what we thought about Catching Fire. It's part 2 of the Psycho Girls Going Crazy. Now this one, we just watched Catching Fire, the second film in the Hunger Games trilogy series, and now we know that it's not gonna be trilogy. It's the Mockingjay part, the third book, is gonna be made into 2 parts. So it's not gonna be trilogy. It's gonna be fourlogy or quadrilogy.
Fourlogy.
Yeah, like that. So anyway, let's go back into Catching Fire. So we're gonna spoil everything, maybe everything
From Hunger Games.
From Hunger Games, the first one. So if you haven't watched it already, leave this video and
Yeah.
watch it later. And watch it later. So yeah, but we'll try not to spoil anything from the Catching Fire. So here is what we thought about the film.
So first of all, the whole movie is 140 minutes, but for me it didn't seem like that long because there were a few scenes and parts from the book that was not showed in the movie. And
so they made it as short as possible, and if you go to the toilet beforehand, you're good to go.
True.
Yeah.
And well, I did really enjoy the movie. Did you?
I did. I mean, like, now Katniss Everdeen is an Oscar-winning actress.
True. About her acting, it was amazing.
Yeah,
she is a good actress and she deserves all those awards.
Yeah, the fame she's getting, she deserves it. Because, like, in the beginning of the film, she might look a bit sullen to you, but how she's doing it with her face, like the reaction, the emotion is there. And, like, I can feel real Katniss Everdeen from her acting.
True.
Like, her situation is, like, all over on her face, and that's great. And our honorary mention goes to Peter Malark. Yeah, and we were just talking earlier that although he is always in the background of Katniss, he shined in this film.
True.
He was just there, like, doing the Peter role in this film. Was nice. I mean, the how he delivered some of them was quite great. And
yeah, and like I have to mention this because like we were crying a lot, like in the beginning of the movie. For some reason, because you know, actually people would just cry in the end of any like story, but we were like crying
since the beginning.
Yeah.
I was just like tucking into the seat and then just
like try not to show
too much emotion.
Because you know, we're like grown-ups now.
Grown-ups. How much effort was it put into this film could be seen, like the budget of the CSI things were just, it was evident. The costume designers, how they are, you know, depicting the different districts was quite amazing. Especially the first scene where the winners, the victors of the 74th Hunger Games, who are Katniss and Peeta, goes into other districts to, it's like on a tour for 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. So when they went to the District 12 the first time, it was dramatic. That's like the hardest I've cried, I think, during this film. And how they are depicting the fallen victors on the screen, that was very emotional.
And their families like standing there
looking at them.
And like supposedly Peeta and like Katniss are supposed to be like telling them how capital the Panem is great and stuff, and but obviously they didn't.
Yeah, and that cost. That cost quite a lot.
Yeah, and I was just telling her like how the directors or like the people who are in charge of choosing the actors and actresses are doing a great job when they are choosing the male characters. Like, especially the Victor from...
I don't know what this district is.
Finnick?
Yeah, Finnick go there.
charming, sexy
Finnick
guy.
go there. Yeah, I mean, it's like he has that very thin skin around his hair. So when he smiles, like all that wrinkles coming out. That's actually very cute.
Yeah, he was. For some reason, he reminded me of Peter Pan.
I remember from the books, Finnick was very prominent in the book, and in the film he was very prominent as well. And I loved, what's her name? From
Joanne?
Joanne, yeah, the Victor from the District 7, the limber ones. She was such a character.
Yeah.
The arena. The arena is amazing in this one. I mean, while reading the book, the arena seemed so great, and now that when it is put into picture, it's a lot smaller than previous arena, and that makes it even more dense between the competitors.
We noticed that, like, in the book, she seemed like a total bitch. But in the movie, like...
She was human.
Yeah, she was.
She was human.
Apparently, after all, she was human.
True.
And,
yeah, I liked that twist. I mean, like, them being a team in this whole thing. Was, the plot going on was quite interesting. Because Catching Fire is just like the Half-Blood Prince. It's like a bridge between something.
Exactly.
So it's not gonna stand out a lot individually. I'm sure it's not gonna do that. So we weren't disappointed, but it wasn't as great. Because
for some reason, I don't really know why we did not. Was not so excited.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Like
actors were great, the actions were great,
the picture looked amazing, like all the videography was amazing. So it's the bridge thing. It's not individual one. That's the thing. That must have been the thing. So go watch the film if you haven't already, and if you haven't watched The Hunger Games, don't go watch it. First watch The Hunger Games and then go watch The Catching Fire. And
because like I've heard like lots of people when they were coming out of the cinema, they were telling me I did not understand anything.
Yeah, so you're not gonna understand it either if you haven't watched The Hunger Games, if you're not in the context with us. So do that and then go watch Hunger Games. Second part, Catching Fire, in either theaters in UB. We're in UB, so anyway, I'm not endorsing anybody. Yeah.
And we hope like this review helped you.
In any way possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Say bye.
Bye.
Quarter quell. Hunger Games. The third quarter quell. Yeah, smiles on.
Chins up.
Chins up, smiles on.